It is time to prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices. In last night's analysis, you are well aware we decided to buy ES at 6739 and it ended up dropping after I posted my video to 6720. You could have gotten it at a much better entry from when I had posted the video, and then ES had a massive move to the upside going to 6800 today, making losing a personal choice. I ended up selling into the morning spike for a massive profit. In terms of my options trades, I ended up buying two trades on options today. One was barely in the money, the one was barely out of the money. Both of the trades went nicely in the money. Each trade went up over 30% plus. Everybody knows when we're up 10% plus on trades, you're going to want to be setting a profit stop. After they started to go in the money and after they started to go up, they did go back to red. Losing is a personal choice when you're green on a trade and you're up 10% plus and you set a profit stop. So I ended up going 3 for 3 on the day, a 100% success rate, just like yesterday. I'm maintaining my 100% success rate on trading futures. Going to continue to do that. With that being said, let's prepare to trade the best setups at the best prices. The market also bottomed at my best level to go long, which was at 665 during the futures hours trading session. And if you watch the previous videos in terms of the weekly game plan, I made it very clear if you wanted to buy puts, wait until 673 mid to 674, which was the exact highs of the overall day and actually the best level to be buying puts into this week. So you could have made money trading both ways if you use the overall game plan. Losing is genuinely a personal choice when there's this much winning. Let's get straight into the analysis. So in terms of the overall SPY, this is what I want you to understand. The weekly chart pattern is just more and more confirmed overall bullish, right? Now, in terms of the situation, what I want you to understand is we bottomed at 665, which was the absolute best and lowest level to be buying SPY calls. And one thing I want you guys to understand is if you genuinely want to trade the best setups at the best prices, it is actually a requirement if you want to fully participate in that to start trading futures. Because in terms of the overall market, there's been plenty of opportunities where the best levels are now playing out, especially during 2026, during the futures hours trading session. Literally, if you watch last night's game plan, I made it very, very clear the best levels to be buying calls is at 665. I said this was an auto buy entry, and I also said 667 once the market breaks and retests and reacts bullish, and once the market breaks above 668, you're going to want to be going long. So what I'm telling you is there's going to be plenty of opportunities with these game plans and in terms of with the curriculum and trading the best setups at the best prices, where you're going to be genuinely required to trade futures because the levels aren't going to be tested during normal trading hours. And that's your choice if you do want to get involved with futures. I'm just letting you guys know in terms of the best levels, the best setups at the best prices, it's not always going to be playing out during the normal trading hours. There's going to be plenty of opportunities where it's going to play out when everyone's sleeping when I post these videos. And then the next day, if you swing trade futures like we do, it's going to turn into a massive win the vast majority of the time. In terms of this year, 100% success rate. So just want to make that very, very clear. So everybody understands that, because in terms of trading the best setups at the best prices, it's now coming down to you have to trade futures as well. And you have to be watching the market, especially during the night, and you have to have the right game plans. And you also have to be, looking to swing trade that and looking to get out the next day. That's what I've found to be what works the best for me in terms of trading futures. So what I want you to understand is this. Weekly chart pattern, everything is signaling a strong bullish overall week. That's what it's currently signaling. But we are continuing to approach as well higher and higher levels to scalp put options to get in and out, where the spike will attempt to drop first, right? If you went back throughout the previous game plan, you guys are well aware that these were our levels for puts. The first one was at 674 right here, this break and retest level. This was actually the only level that I genuinely recommended for people to buy puts in terms of buying at a break and retest and overbought levels. These were over levels for puts. And I made that very clear days ago. And as soon as the SPY at the level today, it had a massive 4-point drop. So if people would have just used the levels and identified red bearish 30-minute candlestick, they could have all bought and puts the exact highs. Me, I already cashed out big on buying ES towards the exact lows, selling for a massive spike in the morning. Then I had two options trades that were just small wins. When you enter trades that are barely out of the money and they go into money and then you're up like 30-40% quickly, if you go green to red, there's really no point in being green. Losing is genuinely a personal choice when you're setting profit stops when the trades are going up 10% plus. So anyways, in terms of SPY, what I want you to understand is it's maintaining bullish. It will continue to have small drops towards our overbought overall higher levels, right? And this is what I'm planning to do in terms of the overall, in terms of overall day. So let's get into this. So slanted drop, bullish week, slanted drop, bullish week. Market bottomed at the most important level for the bulls to show true strength, which was at 665, continuing to push higher and higher to nearly fill that gap at 676. And the market did also drop first at literally our recommended level for puts. In terms of the higher levels, it started at 674 and it was the exact highs on the day. So anyways, everything that I'm saying is consistently coming true. If you guys aren't making money with this information, I'm genuinely concerned for your trading because I'm being very honest with you, it doesn't get easier than this. I can promise you that. I'm holding up a genuine mirror that's reflecting everything back to you within the market, and it's your choice if you want to use that information, use that mirror to reflect back massive success and gains for yourself. So with that being said, if you just look at the overall SPY, it's setting up for just a bullish continuation to start to fill the gap and to start to attempt to push higher. It could potentially be something like this, right? Now, in terms of the daily chart is actually signaling that, it's bullish as well. And this is what I've been telling you from the start of this week on how everything is just signaling bullish, 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 right? So in terms of the daily chart is making it very, very clear that the pattern is maintaining bullish. So take a look at this. This is very important. You're going to see right here, SPY gap down, SPY gap down, right? Same pattern. And it's now at a more lower oversold level. And everybody knows the best thing to do within this overall market was to focus on buying SPY at the lower oversold levels, right? So gap down, fully recovers. Red down, green down, red up, right? Red down, green down, red middle. Similar, right? Once it starts to fill that gap, you can see it starts to form some resistance. It starts to form a channel where the gap fill level reacts as a resistance for 2 days, and it starts to drop back down, kind of trading in a channel towards you know, this overall like close of this candle right around here. So in this particular situation, this would mean that it just kind of hangs around 669, 668 around that zone, right? So the point being is, if you look at what's going on, it's filling the gap, it's forming some resistance, but it's maintaining higher support, maintaining higher support, which means, you know, it's simply just rejecting the first couple times it fills the gap, which is normal. It's overextended. It's a gap close reversal, and it's overbought for the short term. But then you could see it's forming higher support above those previous resistance levels, and then within some time, it starts to take off, right? So if this pattern repeats in a similar cycle, and this is one way on how we're going to come up with our overall key levels, is the previous day lows and the previous day highs are going to be the most important level, and actually that gap fill level, right? So heading into tomorrow, we're going to be paying attention to this overall channel situation, right? So 676 to you know 675.50 to 676 range would be one of your best levels to scalp puts if the market reacts bearish, forms a red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmation, right? Literally the level that I gave you guys to buy puts this week, I literally told you like it starts right here. Remember, we mapped this out. If you stayed till the end of the video and didn't just click off and just drop some reaction comment, not watching the full video. But 674, that's where I told you to buy puts because I genuinely want you to be the best within the market. I want you to get the best results. That's why I always lead you in the absolute best direction I could possibly lead you in, because that was the best level for puts, starting in these ranges, and that's where it topped out in red bearish 30-minute. Everything worked out to a T, right? Market spiked first, started for the gap, and then it rejected at our put level. Very, very normal. So in terms of our put level now, aim higher, 675.50 to 676, break and retest gap close reversal. It's not automation. You need to look for red bearish 30-minute candlestick confirmations. If the market is maintaining below 674.40 in reacting, if the market's just rejecting this level and reacting bearish, all it's going to try to do is just go back towards this overall zone and start to bottom and start to spike, right? Which is going to be right around here. And this is actually a level we're going to keep an eye on to buy calls, right? So your zone to eye calls heading into tomorrow is going to be these two levels, right? 667, 668.50. That's your first zone. And then your second zone is towards previous day lows, 669.80 to 670.50, right? So heading into tomorrow, this is what I would want you to focus on. I would want you to focus on buying calls with bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations, you know, at these lower overall levels, beginning towards break and retest resistance right here during extended hours, 670.50 to 80 range, and then the previous day lows, which is going to be 669.66. And our main lower level would be 667 to 668, right? But based off of that daily chart pattern, one of the strongest things you could focus on heading into tomorrow is to you know, pay close attention, wait for the proper confirmations at and slightly above previous day highs. If the market does react bearish, you can try it, scalp a quick put, but just be extremely careful with that because you guys have been all aware on just how overall bullish the market has been this week, right? Just kept on pushing higher and higher. Every dip buying opportunity worked, every dip buying level worked, every ES futures trade worked. I just genuinely don't understand how anyone can lose money when I'm buying ES and then it just goes up 60 points. Like it did that twice this week. I just don't see how someone could lose money if they bought ES and then just sold for a profit. It went up 60 points. Like, how many points do you need to be profitable? It went up fucking 60 from my entry twice in a fucking row. Like the first time 6,720 went to 6,784. The second time 6,739 went to fucking 6,800. Like, dude, losing is genuinely a personal choice. These trades have massive upside potential. Nobody's trading futures the way I trade it. That's literally how I trade it. I just buy at night, sell in the morning, to the middle of the day. It's worked 100% time this year. You know, I'm going to be watching futures actually very, very closely. I might be making another trade on futures. I'll have to see. I just made two in a row. You know, there's normally 2 to 3 per week. There's normally 2 to 3 per week in terms of my trading. I really just made two in a row. So now I'm being very meticulous and you know, just kind of observing. We also got the news and stuff like that coming out. I'm not really looking to trade you know, in terms of the news, I'm not really the one to enter a trade into news. I'll trade before the news when it's slow, and then when the news drops, then I'll look to trade, right? Which is also going to alter some things with overall game plans and situations, right? So just understand in terms of holding trades into the news, right? I have no interest in doing that. That's not like I know people have systems and they have strategies for that, and it works for them, and that's great. But I've never really been the overall type of trader to just like focus on news oriented result trades, right? Like I kind of sway away from that, and then I'll just make trades before the news and make sure that I'm out before the news actually drops, so that trade doesn't affect me much. And then when the news is already dropped, then I'll look to trade. When everyone's, you know, emotional and reacting and after someone gets trapped, then I'll look to wait and execute a trade. So I'll give you that. But I just want to be very clear in terms of the information that I'm providing. Um, this really is not much of a recommendation on like holding through news. This is before the news and then after the news. That's when we're trading. So we're not looking to make a trade and then hold that into the news. We're not looking to do that, right? So we're getting in, we're getting out before the news, and then when the news drops, we're looking to make more trades. And I'll be explaining to you all the game plans, right? Just want to make that very clear. But you know, this is literally signaling that if the pattern repeats and we keep on holding this overall range, which is now 667 to 669, as long as the market's staying above 667 to 669, you know, it's going to try to just channel and break out within some time. In terms of how it played out last time this happened overall, the market was just very, very bullish. And some of the best entries were towards the previous closing price, which is now at 678. This is actually another interesting pattern. If you look right here, this daily candlestick right here is placed at a similar identical pattern, but it doesn't look the same as this candlestick right here. If you actually look what it looks like the most, it looks like this one the most. This like red facing down, red facing down. It looks very similar. And if you look at what happened the next day, the previous closing price was actually one of the best levels. So with this other pattern that I've just spotted and identified, right? Pattern trend recognition, um, I'm gonna say Previous closing price is going to be another urgent level if the market's reacting bullish to be buying 670.80. And then if the market does take a shit and it starts just selling off and going below 667, then we would just, if some sort of news came out, if some when news comes out, if the market flips super bearish, we would just be looking to buy calls right here at our absolutely lowest levels, which is actually going to be towards 662, 661, 659, even 658 to 657, right? If the market has a crazy bearish move, we're going to be looking to buy calls at our oversold levels. But as of now, you know, everything's confirmed and reacting bullish. The best thing we can do is just focus on buying dips at our oversold levels. We could see some rejections towards previous day highs. We could see some rejections, towards our higher levels. But I will say, man, I am not ecstatic or excited or really even interested to be buying puts because all of the signals are bullish. And again, I'm not really speaking for in terms of like, holding a trade through FOMC. I'm speaking about before and after the overall news. That's really what I'm speaking about. I'm not giving a recommendation on what the fuck to do in terms of if you want to make a trade and hold that through the news. These are recommendations in terms of what to do before the news and what to do after the news. I'm not looking to hold through that. If I had to pick a fucking side and hold through that, I would likely go long. That's likely what I would do because all the fucking signals from a technical view are bullish. But like I said, everyone has different systems and strategies. I'm not looking to make trades based off of overall news situations. Like, I actually look at that as a disadvantage. Why would I want to make a trade based off of, some sort of news? Like, I don't look at that as an advantage. I look at it as an advantage as like once the news drops, someone gets trapped, everyone's emotional. Many people have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Many people are fucking panicking. Many people are fucking emotional. Like, that's when I look to come in and fuck up the game. When people are fucked up, when it's like very, very easy to take other people's money. Like, I just don't think it's very, very strategic, you know, I mean, you can have systems that rely on like a new strategy and it works. That's great. I just don't look at it to be the most advantageous thing to be doing. I just think it's easier to trade before that and then trade after that. When someone's trapped, when the sucker's in the fucking room, it's pretty easy to know and see and to capitalize on that situation, right? And sometimes to know who the fucking sucker is, like you have to wait for the news to actually drop instead of trying to like use a system and get in before. But it's like, dude, news is just chaotic as shit. Like I like to trade very, very clean. That's just how I am. I keep things very clean. Like I'm not trying to get fucked up. I'm just waiting for other people to get fucked up and like fucking, um fucking lose and get trapped and shit like that. And then I come in and I figure out my shit. I take full fucking advantage of the particular situation, fucking win. Like that's part of the market. Part of the market is to like to be very clear and to just wait for people to get trapped, wait for bulls, wait for bears to get trapped. You can have clear ways to identify who's going to get trapped. I just think news isn't the best way to do that. I just don't think like it just doesn't, it really doesn't, it's just not fucking exciting. It's really not. It just seems degenerate. Like, oh yeah, we all really know something about the news and about what's gonna happen. Like, no, it just seems fucking degenerate. Like I keep my trading very clean, very systematic with technicals, and this shit works. The way I do it is just you have to be adaptive. You have to be fucking adaptive and stick with works and discipline. You can't go recklessly trading into a new situation. Like everyone knows something within the market. I just prefer to focus on, just waiting for people, whatever the fuck they think they know, just waiting for it to play out and then just waiting for people to get trapped. Like I'm okay with missing out on big moves. The next big move is coming. When someone gets trapped, the move is just beginning. There's another move coming. Like I'm good, dude. There is like with options, there is no missing out. If you miss out on morning trades, if you miss out on trades in the middle of the day, dude, power hour trades, cheaper, low risk, about to expire worthless, bigger returns. There is no missing out. You can actually make more money trading options at levels that aren't as good by trading during power hour last minute. You could trade at the worst level possible. You can trade against the trend during the last minutes and make the biggest percentage gains compared to someone who held a trade for a long time and traded the trend. It's possible. You can outperform people by trading with less time, buying far the money options during power hour. Like that's what I'm saying. Like there is no fear of missing out. It's like, dude, futures trades coming around the right around the corner. Like this all comes to a systematic way of how people want to trade. Some people, they want to sit here and say, okay, in this particular situation, due to the news, due to the fucking circumstances or whatever the fuck, I'm gonna buy a stock, it's gonna go up. You know, that's what some people do. Me, I keep my shit technical fucking focused. You know, I don't like things altering my trades. Like I don't like news altering my trades. I don't like holding through news. I don't like doing shit like that. Like I already have an edge. You know, I don't need news as a fucking edge. I need the news to drop. I need the degenerates to get trapped. I need the traps to get set. And then when that shit's set and it's written in fucking stone, I take full fucking advantage of it, you know? If you hold through news, you're in a trade where someone's genuinely set up to get trapped. Like, I don't like being in that situation. It honestly feels like a fucking sucker. You could be right about news and the shit could go down. You could be wrong about news, the shit can go up. Like it's not news isn't an exact science, you know? Everyone has their systems and stuff. I just don't think it's strategic. Like I really just don't think it's the most strategic way. I think it's just best to I think it's good to know about that stuff, but like I think it's just best to trade before it and to trade after it, you know? Like to just hold through that, it just kind of seems like it has just like that like kind of like beginner feel, like that like it just gives off fucking degenerate fucking gambling. It just gives off that like, oh, let me play the fucking lottery. It just gives off like, dude, it's not in your control. When the news drops, something moves too quickly. Like it just instantly expires worthless. Like it just seems like a loss of control. You can't manage the trade, you can't control the trade. Someone instantly gets trapped. I'm sitting here saying, dude, why the fuck would I want to do that? The fuck? Like it just does, you know? Like it's just like why the fuck would I want to do that? So you know, just my you know, my overall opinion on that. Um, you know, I don't know, like some people they just want to fucking jump out of a fucking plane with a fucking, you know, with a fucking parachute on. Other people, they just know where that person's gonna fucking land. It's two different things, dude. Two different things, you know? You can jump out of a fucking plane with a fucking parachute on, right? And then another person is gonna know exactly where you're gonna fucking land. You know, me, I know how I trade. I just prefer to like to know. Like I know, okay, I know when it hits this level, it's gonna do this. I know when it hits this level, despite the fucking news. Like even if the fucking, you know, if the news was fucking horrendous or whatever the fuck, if it hits this level, it's gonna bounce first, even if it goes lower. Like I like to know where motherfuckers are landing, you know? Like that's just me. Like this whole like idea of just to fucking news is just fucking reckless, man. This just it's just not necessary. It's really not. It's not necessary. I like trading in a way where it's like consistent. It's like the way I trade, there's trades every single day. It's like a stable, reliable, adaptive system. You know, it's not like a once in the blue moon type of big news trade. Like I could give a fuck. Like the way I trade, trades happen every single day. I don't need like I'm good. Um so yeah, you know, with that being said, um, this looks bullish as fuck. Everything looks bullish. Um, our levels for calls, you know, is gonna be the previous closing price, 670.80. The previous, okay, look, let's draw this out. All right, so 670.80, 669.80. 670.50, 668.30, 667.30. Oh my gosh, dude. All these fucking levels. Fuck. So those are all of our levels for calls. If the market hits the fucking fan and we go below 665, we're buying at the lower levels. 662, 661, 660, 658, 659, right? If the market has a crazy move to the downside tomorrow, do not try to catch the falling knife. Wait for it to begin to reverse a little bit on a crazy news day like this, right? Wait for some bullish confirmations to come in. Look, this is all you got to do. This is all you got to do. Look, wait for the market to bottom at one of our levels. Green, double red, green. This is bullish, right? The same pattern where I used to buy calls at the exact lows yesterday. It's all timestamped. You could see in the chat. Yes, I bought calls at the exact lows. The timestamp on the trade, it was the exact lows. It's all written in there. Green, double red, green. Break and retest. Remember that pattern? Oh, the same thing. Remember? Green, double red, green. Same fucking pattern on a break and retest. Look, let's open our fucking eyes. It's the same shit, guys. This isn't rocket science. It's a winning fucking system that works. Yes, it's this simple. This is what works. Not your shitty indicators. Not your shitty news. This is what works. Look, resistance, breakout, retest, green, red, green, bullish uptrend, right? Bullish engulfing, red down, green down, bullish move to the upside, right? Remember, we went over this with the daily chart. I hope you guys are using this because it's going to work 9 out of 10 times when it happens again and again and again. Red down, green down. Remember the 30-minute pattern when I just showed you? Next day, 30-minute trend was continued bullish. Look, next day was bullish. Same fucking shit. Dropped to my levels for bearish. It's like, dude, how could people lose money? How could people complain? How could people bitch? How could people whine? How, like, everything's working. Like, losing is genuinely a personal choice. Like, it really is. Everything's fucking working. I even give them the levels for puts. I even told them, look, if you want to buy puts so fucking badly, I literally said 674. These were our levels for puts. Look, 674 dropped 4 points. Fuck. Man, if someone wanted to buy puts so fucking bad, if they bought at my level, they would have been in the exact fucking highs. And then in the meantime, they could have been buying calls and riding this fucker up like we did all week with ES. It went up fucking 60 points twice in a row. And all of my option trades this fucking week were wins. The fuck? How could anyone be fucking red? This market is so fucking predictable. It's so fucking lucrative. If you're fucking red, you're not adapting. I told you, some of the best levels and some of the best trades are during futures. When you motherfuckers are asleep. Not even getting notifications to this fucking video being posted. That's on fucking you. You have the option to do that. You have the option to subscribe. You have the option to turn on notifications. The fuck? I'm not here to tell you what the fuck to do like that. Figure it out. Like, that's fucking trading. People think, oh, trading, tell me what to do, this, that. Like, turn your fucking brains on. Figure this shit out. He's giving us levels to buy and sell. Set fucking price alerts. The fuck? He's posting game plans on real time buying ES. Set fucking like notifications on. Like, dude, people in your life, they shouldn't have to tell you what the fuck to do. People should fucking think for them fucking selves, turn their fucking brains on and take action and realize and be aware of what's going on. Like, wow, this guy's giving out fucking Boehner information. Why didn't he tell me to do this? Why didn't he tell me? Like, guys, become self-sufficient. Become efficient. Use everything I'm fucking saying to your advantage. Create your systems out of my fucking shit. Level the fuck up. Losing is a fucking choice. This is all bullshit as fuck, man. What a fucking great week. It's only fucking, dude, it's only 2 days into the fucking week. We already at 675. The fuck? We're only 2 days into this fucking week. My gosh, man. You go back historically and you study how high fucking SPY bounced before in situations like this, dude. The market's a fucking gold mine. My fucking gosh, man. This shit is fucking cracked to a fucking T. This market's fucking insane. And like I said, what I'm saying is, I'm not speaking for holding through news. I'm not sitting here and saying, yeah, guys, I have a system where, if you hold this trade, you get in before the news and you hold it through the news, it's going to work. That's not what this shit is. I'm not claiming that. If I really wanted to, I could get that. I just don't give a fuck. Like, I just have so many systems that work already and so many wins and so many trades. I could genuinely give a fuck. Because like I said, I genuinely don't think that's an edge, People, news is coming out. To me, I look at that as manipulation. That's what I look at that as. Like, think about that. Like, okay, guys, on this day, at this specific time, the market's going to have a big move. I look at that as like, dude, someone's about to get trapped. Someone's about to get fucking manipulated. Loss of fucking control. Like, fuck that. Fuck that, dude. I will wait for the shit to hit the fucking fan and then take that fucking shit and ride it to the fucking moon. Like, dude, fuck all that shit. Like, I keep my trading in control. I don't like folding through bullshit. Good news it could all be manipulated. It's all bullshit. It's just the market fucking reacting. A bunch of fucking people just fucking reacting. They're fucking degenerates. The fuck? I just prefer to wait for it to hit my systems. I trade in a very systematic way, and holding through news is not a reflection of that. But will I be trading? Oh, absolutely. These are my favorite days to trade, when the market's most volatile and having its biggest moves. I just wait for the trend to develop at one of our levels, and I take full advantage of the overall fucking trend. It's gonna be a banner of a fucking day. Just understand, I'm not claiming anything in terms of, here's the trade, hold through news. This is before the news and after the news, right? Like I said, if shit hits the fan, we're waiting for a reversal right here at our lower levels, right? Which is the least likely outcome for shit to hit the fan from a technical fucking view, right? But if you just look, like I said, we had the green, double red, green, break and retest, right? Same fucking pattern, dude. It's the same fucking pattern, man. I told you 665 was the best level to buy calls. Literally where futures bottomed at. Green, double red, green, same pattern, break and retest, green, red, green, green, red, green. Dude, if the market is doing this shit at our levels, it's the same pattern that I used to buy SPY calls at the exact lows. Like, this shit is fucking crazy, man. I'm just I'm just so fucking thankful for timestamps, dude, because like I see people say shit and then I look at the timestamps and then I look at the chart and I'm like, yeah, I bought it at the exact lows. It's all written in fucking stone. So it's like, as long as it's all written in stone with timestamps, there's no fucking argument. Like, everything is just fucking clean. That's how I like to keep my trading, all fucking time stamped, all fucking documented. But yeah, this resistance, breakout, retest, green, double red, green, right? Same shit, green, double red, green, break and retest, right? So if we're seeing some green, red, green towards these fucking buy levels, 671, 670, 669, 668. And then if the market shit hits the fan, then we look at our lower levels for calls, the least likely outcome, right? Everything from a technical view is literally giving the strongest, most bullish signals this week, where the SPY literally just pushes higher. And like I said, from the weekly chart perspective, if you look at the weekly chart perspective, last time this happened, the SPY went all the way to 684, and even the next week after that was bullish, right? So, you need to have some perspective in the market, and you need to understand that the best thing you could have been doing within the stock market since, let's see, how long has this been going on for? If only the bears would just listen and buy the puts at the higher levels instead of just trying to capture every single trade for this crazy move that's supposed to happen this year, where the market should drop to 600. It's going to try to drop to 600 this year. It's just, I think the problem with the bears is they're trying to just like stick with that thesis and just like day trade it every single day, like fucking degenerates. It's like, dude, we adapt to the market every single fucking day. When the market's ready to drop to 600, we'll be well equipped for that. But this week it has clearly not been ready to fucking do that. That's why we've been just focused on buying calls, and I gave the levels for puts, which was the exact high. So I just don't see how anyone can give a more accurate representation than what the fuck I've given you. I just genuinely don't understand how anyone can complain if all my levels for calls are working, and then I tell them to buy puts at a specific level, and that level works too. What is there to complain about? Like, are you that fucking shit at trading that you're not using information to fucking win when everything's accurate? But anyways, if you look at the market, this shit since fucking April 2025, right? So we're talking about 1 year straight. Let's turn our fucking brains on. For a year straight, SPY, the best thing you could have done, the best thing, is to buy an oversold dip. And if you look at the fucking market, we have a red slanted downtrend. We have a red slanted downtrend, right? And then after that, it recovers and it retests the highs of the wick, and then it sells the fuck off, right? And if you look at what's fucking happening, SPY is fucking recovering, and it keeps on pushing fucking higher and forming higher fucking support to retest the highs of these fucking wicks. It's the same fucking thing, right? So if someone had a brain, they would sit here and say, okay, the market has been consistently going up since April. And, for 1 year straight, it's just been consistently fucking going up. And they would say, okay, every single time the market had a nice little dip, that was actually the best entry and the best level to go long and to not buy puts. But then, for whatever reason, we have degenerates who just keep on trying to buy puts at the best overall weekly time frame to be buying calls. This is the worst thing you can do. Like, yeah, we get it. The market is likely going to drop to $600 this year. It's likely going to happen. But in terms of right now, it's giving all the fucking signals in the world that it's just more likely to go up and recover first, then sell the fuck off. Like I told you motherfuckers weeks ago, in the 690s to 700s, which is where you should be buying those leap options on puts and holding for a very nice swing trade. You know, if you want to take a long-term swing trade leap option on puts, I would tell you to get in towards 690 to 700. And if you wanted the best level, I would say 695, 698, and 700, right? So if you just look at what the fuck's going on in the market, all it's trying to do is just gravitate back, like it did last time, towards the high of these wicks. And every single day, I've been giving you the most accurate information to capitalize on buying ES and buying calls with this bullish recovery that we've been having this week. And I've also given you the levels to buy puts, which was at 674, the exact highs on the day. So I just genuinely don't understand how anyone can be fucking red when everything I fucking said came true and I gave you the trades for ES, all the levels worked, and even the levels for puts worked. It's like, dude, it doesn't get more accurate than this. If you guys aren't making money, you need to quit trading. You just genuinely need to face yourself and either fucking go all fucking in and fix your shit or just fucking stay the fuck away from trading. You know, it's not for fucking everyone, dude. It doesn't get more accurate than this. So, that's the fucking game plan. Those are the levels for calls. Wait for the bullish confirmations. Some of the best levels for calls could be the previous day lows, the previous closing price, right? Also our lower levels. Um, in terms of our levels for puts, use the best confirmations. Do not blindly buy puts. If you buy puts into a green bullish fucking uptrend, you are a fucking degenerate. The market is considered at oversold dip buying levels, right? If you're buying puts into bullish 30-minute blocks, you're a fucking degenerate and you're blocking your fucking blessings. And that's your choice, dude. Some people in life, people in life, they have blessings. And some of them, they choose to block them for whatever reason. They might not even be aware that they're blocking their fucking blessings. Or some people are just fucking ignorant. It is what it is. That's people's lives. People get to make their decisions, dude. If I tell people to buy calls at 665 and I'm long on ES and they don't have notifications on and don't take the trade, they chose to miss out. If they go short and bet against me, they chose to lose. If they didn't wait to buy puts at 674, they chose to miss out on the best trade for puts. Like I led the best direction. There's not a single fucking person on this fucking planet who's leading a better direction within the fucking market. I just genuinely don't understand how someone could be red if they watched the previous couple videos that I posted and implemented the information. All the market did was go up from overbuy levels to push higher and to fill the gap. And then the first time it had a very nice pullback was at my level for puts, 674. So it's fucking insane. It really is. It's genuinely insane how people are red, how people are losing money. I could sit here and hold up a mirror to someone and tell them, look, these are my trades. I have a 100% success rate on ES and you're still red, and people have to live with that. They're like, dude, this guy hasn't had one loss on futures this year and somehow someone's losing money. Ain't that some fucking shit? Ain't that some fucking shit, man? It is what it is, man. But at the end of the day, losing's a personal choice. It is what it is. So, in terms of the overall SPY, you can keep your eyes on 676 for a scalp on puts. If the SPY does react bearish at previous day highs, it could be a nice little trade to come back down to fill the gap. And then once it fills the gap at 670.80, it's likely going to begin to try to reverse, right? So if previous day highs is rejecting, it will try to come back down to fill the gap. If it fills the gap, it's going to try to have a gap close reversal and bounce first before potentially attempting to go lower, but it will try to have a strong bounce first, and it could end up being the exact lows, right? If we break above 674, the next level we go to is 676. You can keep your eyes on that for puts. In terms of our next levels for puts, let's see. So above 676, we have 680 and we have 600 and 86, 80. So look, these are your best levels for puts. 676, quick scalp. Keep in mind, the market could reject the previous day highs, 674, and drop back down to fill the gap, but that's at one of our lowest levels. If you're going to use the lower level, be extremely careful and use the best confirmations. Do not buy puts heading into tomorrow if the market is just forming green bullish 30-minute candlesticks and green bullish 30-minute patterns. You need to wait for some bearishness. And then one of the reasons why I say that is, the daily chart has shown signals where it could potentially, play out. Look, these are the most likely outcomes. You want to know what the most likely outcome is? This. If we hold previous closing price and break above the previous day highs and form support, The most likely outcome is the bears are going to get squeezed into fucking oblivion. And even likely those other levels that I gave you for puts, 676, 680, and 686, even if the market did push higher, it would likely drop first. So if you got in and you got out and you chose the strike that was at the money or barely out of the money and sold it in the money, you would still be green very, very quickly. In and out, set the profit stops, scalping against the trend. But I'm telling you, the most dangerous thing for bears tomorrow is a break above the previous day highs. The most dangerous thing for the Bears, where they get fucked and squeezed into fucking oblivion and lose all fucking control, is if the market starts going above 674. Because if that happens, not only can the SPY fill the gap, but if it reverses at the gap and drops at 676 and then holds the previous day highs at 674, it's going to fucking rally into fucking oblivion into the 680s and squeeze them into fucking oblivion, right? One of the most dangerous things for bears tomorrow is if the market starts breaking above the previous day highs, it's looking like they're absolutely fucked, right? And then the other situation is this, you know, more of a channel where if the market tops towards the previous day highs, it's going to try to bottom towards the previous day lows. And then if shit hits the fan and we go below 665, then we buy calls at the lower levels, right? So just understand the previous day high is make or break. If the market breaks above it, comes back down, reacts bullish, everybody needs to be going long. And if it does react bullish on the break and retest, your new level to go long is 676, right? So one of the most solid game plans I can give you is actually this. Buy calls at the previous closing price, 670.80, right? And it's going to go to 678 if the market's rejecting and maintaining below that previous day highs. And then the other idea I would give you for calls is this, you know, if the market breaks above 674.50 and then we start to break out and go to 676, whatever the fuck, you know, once it rejects from those next levels that I've given you for puts, 676, 680, once it rejects from those levels, you look for higher support. You look for a break and retest. You look for green, red, green, green, double, red, green. If you're seeing it's forming the higher support at or above the previous day highs, you are buying calls for a higher high for a higher breakout, and you are never going green to red aiming for a bigger move. The biggest mistake you can make as a trader is to have a system where you go green to red aiming for a bigger move. Everybody knows when I buy a trade, one of my initial profit targets is always in the money. Because when you buy a trade that's out of the money and it starts to go in the money and it's not deep in the money, right? And especially if you didn't go too far out of the money, if it quickly goes back out of the money, you're going to get back a fuck ton of profit and the decay is going to kick in. You're going to get fucked both ways. You're going to get theta fucked because you held the trade and it went into money and then you know, more time, more decayed. And then you're also going to get fucked in terms of a trade going in the money to out of the money. It makes all the difference. The way to make a lot of money on small moves is buying something out of the money and selling in the money. And it doesn't have to be far out. You can make very small moves, time in it strategically. And if you want to make even bigger gains off small moves, you need to trade when contracts are getting ready to expire worthless during the power hour trading session, right? So that's literally the best game plan. You know, I have for you for calls. It's just very simple. Buy calls, previous closing price, gap close reversal. For it to go back down and fill the gap, we need to top the previous day highs. When the market breaks above 674, look for it to pull back. When it starts to pull back, wait for some bullish confirmations, right? Green, double red, green, break and retest, green, red, green. If you're seeing it's forming higher support, it's maintaining above previous day highs, it's beginning to climb up, it's beginning to react bullish, right? Basically, if you're seeing that it's doing fucking this, right? If you're seeing it's doing some shit like this, holding, green, double red, green, breaking out, previous resistance here, reacting as support, green, red, green, green, red, green. If you're seeing it's doing that with this nice little uptrend, right, after a pullback, and it's holding above previous day highs, you need to go long, and that would be the strongest confirmations for the bears to get squeezed into fucking oblivion, and for the bulls to just rally and win all fucking day into the 680 fucking land, right? So just know the Bears are in extreme, dangerous trouble for a parabolic fucking squeeze. If we break above the previous day highs and hold above the previous day highs, if that is occurring tomorrow, the Bears are going to get absolutely fucked. either way, within some time, it looks like they're fucked. It just comes down to timing and waiting for the proper moves. Like I said, proper move is gap close reversal, buy calls at 670.80. Another proper move is wait for the breakout above 674. Once it breaks out, wait for the drop back down retest, bullish confirmations, green, double red, green. It's like, dude, I'm not asking you guys to do a lot to win and become successful. All I'm asking you to do is this. Wait for the SPY to go above 674, right? The higher the better, right? The higher it goes, the better. Wait for it to come back down. It doesn't have to come back down exactly towards the previous day highs. It can form some higher support, right? But ideally not too far off the previous day highs, right? And then just wait for it to react bullish. That's it. I want you to win. I'm giving you clear instructions. When it starts coming back down, reacting bullish, green, double red, green, if you're seeing that, get in. Green, red, green, if you're seeing that, get in. And then if you see, after it reacted bullish and it starts to break out and form a higher floor like this, previous resistance, right? So you can think of your previous resistance after it breaks out, 674, 675, whatever the fuck it is, right? If you see it starts breaking out above that, reacting bullish, break and retest, forming higher support, green, red, green, get the fuck in. What's going to happen is the bears will get fucked into fucking oblivion. And all the degenerate bears who don't see it coming and just buy puts into these green bullish 30-minute candlestick confirmations are going to get fucking rocked, right? Like, guys, wake the fuck up. See through the illusions. Losing is genuinely a personal choice. If I'm telling you to buy calls and the market just kept on going higher and higher and higher, how are you losing money? If I told you to buy puts at higher levels and it was the exact highs, how are you losing money? If my 100%, if I have a 100% win rate trading futures, how are you losing money? If I'm this accurate, how are people actually losing money? Do you think it's by accident that the vast majority of people don't leave Team Roar when they join? They stay. It's a recurring subscription. They don't fucking leave. Why? Because we have systems that work. We have systems that make people rich. We have systems that fucking print, dude. Nobody is as accurate as we fucking are. We're in our own realm. We're in our own fucking world. We're in our own fucking dimensions, dude. We are above the fucking noise. We can't be touched by it. Some people are sealed, some people are untouchable. I happen to be one of those people. One of the things that I do is I genuinely hold up a divine mirror to people, and it's their choice on what they want to do with that mirror. Some people, I hold up a mirror to them. It's just who I am. Like, I'm not even trying to hold up a mirror to some people. It's literally just who I fucking am. I reflect things back to people, and it's their choice on what they want to do with that fucking reflection. Some people, they don't like what they fucking see. And instead of trying to improve themselves or instead of trying to understand why or whatever the fuck, they just lash out on me. And it ricochets and hits them right back in the fucking face. You know? I've had people in my life, they've mirrored me. They've reflected things back to me, you know? And that gave me fucking information. That gave me shit that I wanted to, and needed to fucking see. And not everyone likes that. Not everyone likes what other people bring out in other fucking people sometimes. But the point is, people are going to come into your life and they're going to bring something out within you and they're going to show you something. And what I'm telling you is, I'm genuinely holding up a divine mirror that is going to reflect the market right back to you. And it's going to be very revealing and it's going to be very exposing. Like, dude, I don't have to expose people. Just by people coming in my presence, it exposes them. Like, another thing with me, if people have fucking demons, oh my gosh, they fucking hate it. All their demons lash out on me. It's like, dude, what I'm telling you is there's people in this world, you're going to look at them, and it's going to be like you're looking at a mirror. They're going to reflect things right back at you, right? And some people, what they do is they try to break the mirror. They try to smash the mirror. They try to like break, smash, destroy the other person. I'm sitting here saying that's the most degenerate thing you can do. Like, when someone comes into your life and they're genuinely trying to help you and they're genuinely trying to reveal something to you and to show you something, to cut through all the noise, to cut through all the illusions, and they're just holding up a genuine, like, raw mirror that reflects something to you, that could reveal and be about you. You need to use that information to your fucking advantage, and you need to level up. Instead of feeling like someone's like fucking like shit's hitting you, they're reflecting something back at you. So you need to like fucking ricochet back at them and fucking hit them back. Like, dude, you guys need to level the fuck up. You guys need to take your shit very fucking seriously and level the fuck up. Because there's people who are winning every single day. There's people who are making money every single day. There's people who were losing a genuine choice every single day. Like, there's people in this world, they're genuinely just sealed to be untouchable and to be fucking winners. Like, they've achieved that. Like, there's ranks in the spiritual realm. There's ranks within life. Certain people carry a certain presence. Certain people carry a certain authority. Certain people have that within them. And they weren't always like that, but they figured it out. They've achieved certain things. They've accomplished certain things. I'm telling you, like, you guys need to get your shit together and rank and level the fuck up, you know? Like, dude, some people's out here trying to test other people and they don't even know what the fuck they're going up against. And the people that they're trying to go up against, they're not even in competition with them. They're not even in their fucking realm. It's like trying to fucking take a shot at someone and it just ricochets at you every single time and the person doesn't have to do anything for it to ricochet back at that person. It's like trying to smash a mirror and all the mirror is doing is just reflecting what the fuck you are. So wake the fuck up and start fucking winning, you know? Like it's just so simple, man. Winning, fucking stillness, fucking awareness. Like I want you guys to wake the fuck up and win. That's genuinely what I want. I want you guys to win. I want you guys to print. I want what's absolutely best for you, you know? Um, so I would encourage you to win, to really lock the fuck in and start winning. That's what I would encourage you to do, dude. Like tune out all the noise, tune out all the bullshit, like fuck all these comments, fuck all this fucking whatever the fuck anyone says. Like, you guys need to win. That's what you guys need to do. You need to take matters into your own fucking hands and start winning, you know? If you're watching someone, if someone's in your life, you know, like if you're spending time doing that shit, watching that shit, being around someone, make sure that's leveling you up. Make sure you're finding ways to level up. Make sure you're finding ways to become fucking better, like to fucking keep ranking the fuck up. Don't waste your time. No fucking bullshit, dude. The higher you guys go in life, the more people are just gonna drop off. It's like, dude, I don't even cut people off. I've been a mirror where like I don't even cut people off. They just fucking they drop off. They just fucking they lose me like that. Like man, the amount of people who have lost access to my life, it's fucking insane. Like it's like I didn't even like cut them off. They just fell the fuck off and completely lost access. It's like I didn't even have to cut them off. They just lost access and that's it. Like it's over. They lost access. There's no more access. Like that's it. You know? Like this shit's fucking crazy. Like right now, like I'm living like right now, I'm in the fucking sky. Like the people who are living under me, they don't have access to me. You know, like I'm living in the fucking sky. Like there is no like I'm above the fucking buildings. Like these people don't have access to me. Like it's like so many people that came into my life. I genuinely tried to help them, and as I just kept on leveling up, a lot of people they just chose to do the wrong things and they just lost access to me. I didn't even have to cut them off. Like literally, God just removed certain people from my life. You know, that's what comes with leveling up. When you level up, you'll see. You know, people go through things. They go through isolation. Um, you know, and then finding new people to be around and just leveling up. I mean, they start to see it's like the higher you climb within yourself, you know, the more everything shifts around you and the more people you genuinely just like lose. But you start to see that like it's really not a loss to lose people. The worst thing you can do is like to lose your fucking self. That's genuinely the worst thing you can do, like, is to be around people and lose yourself. Or to just be isolated and lose your fucking self. But yeah, man, you guys really need to get your shit together and you need to win because that's what I want to see. Like, dude, if I'm this accurate and having this many wins, like I would genuinely expect everyone to really start fucking winning and to start fucking printing. And if they're not, I would expect them like instead of like bitch, whine, complain, or blame me or whatever the fuck on why they're not printing, like to figure their shit out. And to, if not, then walk away from the market, dude. Like some people, the market's not for everyone, you know? Some people's just reactive, you know, like, oh my gosh, there's a news play, guys. Guys, the news is coming out. Did you hear that, guys? Guys, let's gather around the campfire and sing fucking songs with all of our fucking friends and hope and hold on for dear life that this trade's gonna work when we hold through news. And even if we're right about the news, the trade could still go against us. It's like, dude, trading's tough enough. The fuck? People they fucking try to manipulate markets, they try to control fucking markets, they try to fucking get secret information about the markets. You know, certain people are in higher positions that gives them an unfair advantage, like politicians and all this shit. I'm sitting here saying, dude, this shit's hard enough. If anything, I need to put myself in a situation where I have the most control within the market. And I just don't think, you know, holding through news gives someone control because even if they were right about the news, it can go against them. And they can't control their losses, you know, unless they do size in on how we size, you know, which is completely fine. If people want to say, fuck it, I'm going to take the YOLO on news and they have high conviction and they have a system that works, by all means, go for it. I'm not bashing that or against that. You know, I'm for what works best for people. If that's what works for them, that's great. Like I said, there's a fuck ton of systems. It's just I'm like how I operate and who I am. It's just not one of my levels of interest to play that game. you know, because that's what the shit feels like. It feels like a game. Like, dude, like what I want you guys to know is I'm not playing their game. I get it. There's guys out there decoding all this shit and talking about all this shit that I'm not talking about with news and what's going on in the world. But like, dude, I'm not playing that game. I'm in a different game. Do I think I could play that game if I wanted to? Absolutely. I think I could do anything, you know? Um, but it's just something that just doesn't interest me, and it never really has. You know, who knows? Maybe in the future I'll be more interested in it. But I have multiple technical systems at work, and I just wait for those to work because every day there's trades. You know, if there's not an options trade, there's a futures trade. If there's not a futures trade, there's an options trade. Sometimes there's both. You know, it's like there's enough winning. There really is. There's more than enough winning as it is. You know, um, but I am a believer in people having systems that work. If someone has something that works for them, I'm not here to bash it or fucking ridicule it. But I think it's important that people understand the difference between each system and the pros and cons to each system and the analytics and the results of each system, because part of trading and winning comes down to results, you know? Some traders they make 1,000% on one trade, other traders they make 100 trades, you know, and make 10% on each trade. You know, one trade 1,000%, 100 trades 10% each, fucking 100 trades 1,000%, same percentage, but 100 more fucking trades, right? Different variables, different results, right? Everyone's different. But at the end of the day, if you do have a system that works, you're already ahead of the 99 fucking percent, because I can assure you, they're all losing money. They're all, dude, these like people need to level up, man. It's like people need to wake the fuck up. They need to understand this isn't like an all nice and friendly fucking game. Like people are out to take other people's money. People are out to fucking like some people are out to fucking try to break and destroy everyone. Like, dude, I'm just out here to win. I'm out here to win and reflect, you know, that's just what I do. You know, my presence and just who I am, I reflect things back to people. And some people, some people don't get it, you know? Some people they just look at that as like, well, oh, fuck that guy, and they try to like take it out on me. I'm like, dude, I didn't do anything wrong to you. All I did was just reflect something back to you. You know, you can use that to do whatever the fuck you want. Some people they use it to try to like smash or break me. I'm like, dude, you can't break a mirror, dude. Like it's just some mirrors are untouchable, you know, some mirrors are divine. Like it can't, like I said, dude, if someone tried to do some shit to me, I tell you this is what would happen, because I've seen it happen firsthand multiple times. Um, if someone tried to do some shit to me, this is exactly what would happen. Karma would instantly ricochet it back to them. And the best part is I don't have to do anything. So if someone wants to like set me up to get me in trouble, I don't have to do anything to seek revenge, because I genuinely know with who I am and how protected I am, and just with everything I've lived and experienced and seen from firsthand, I genuinely know if someone has bad intent towards me, they're just instantly gonna get served karma. And I don't have to do anything. I don't have to lift a finger. I don't have to do anything. Like, dude, I I've literally experienced people's downfalls by doing me wrong just by looking them in their eyes. That's literally all I did. Like I've seen people betray me, and I looked at them in their fucking eyes and shit, and it was their complete downfall after that. That's all I did. I didn't do shit. I just looked at their fucking eyes. That's it. Like I've sat at tables where I literally witnessed people's entire downfalls because they tried to test me, because they tried to go up against me. And I never tried to like play their fucking game or anything. I always had good fucking intent. People have tried to put me in games that I haven't even. It's like, dude, the only move left was to just win at a game I wasn't even fucking playing. They just lost fucking access. Like they lost their fucking spot. They lost their fucking blessing. Like his entire downfall. They're like, dude, this shit is like fucking insane, man. I've seen firsthand people try to put me in the worst situations, portray me as something that like I'm not. And they try to paint me as it, and they try to do things to manipulate me to act a certain way to fall into the trap. And I've stood there and looked into their eyes, and they knew what the fuck I saw. And they're like, dude, they see what I'm doing. They see that this motherfucker sees that, you know, of the games I'm fucking playing, of the manipulation I'm trying to fucking play on him. And then after that, their entire downfall occurs. So like, you know, that's why like I'm saying, man, like people don't know who the fuck they're going up against, and people don't know who the fuck they're testing, you know? I just want people to level up. That's just genuinely what I want for people, is to just level the fuck up, you know? And if they don't want to level up, then dude, just get the fuck out of the game. Like, what are you doing? You just want to lose money and have fun losing money? Like, there's other things to do. You guys can do other entertaining things with your life besides losing fucking money, you know. But I think people should give the market a fair shot before fucking quitting. You know, it's not for everyone. If you're emotional, if you're just fucking reactive, this shit's not for you. If you're just gonna react. Oh, news, let's make a trade. Yeah, fun. Like, just react. Oh, react, emotional. Like, trading's not for everyone, man. You know, um, losing is genuinely a personal choice. Me, it's just I'm fucking ecstatic, man. I'm just so fucking hyped to be trading tomorrow and just blessed, you know, to be living this life. But yeah, man, I hope you guys are winning. I hope you guys are making losing a choice, you know. I hope you guys are doing what's absolutely best for you. Um, I want to see you at the absolute top, man. Fucking winning and printing. You guys will see, man. The more you level up in your life, the more you'll shift rooms, the more things will change, the more people in your life previously will lose access to, and then you'll meet people in higher, better positions, you know, just just better all around people to be with. Like, shit's fucking crazy, man. Fucking life is a fucking trip, man, of the shit of how this shit unfolds. And then when people wake up and realize what the fuck this shit is and know who the fuck they are, oh my gosh, dude, it's fucking insane. Like I just know if someone tried to do some shit to me, I don't have to do anything, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to see people fucking be degenerates and try some dumb shit. Like, I don't even want to see them try it, dude, because I know how it all ends and I don't have to do anything. It's like, dude, wasting your fucking time. The fuck? You guys need to level the fuck up and you need to rank up and you need to fucking print, man. Life is too good to be asleep. It really is. You know, if you guys want to sleep, at least do it after we make the trade on futures. And then when you wake up, sell it in the morning. At least do that. Life is just genuinely too amazing to live a life where you're just not awake. You're like you're fucking asleep. Like, you guys need to wake up. Wake the fuck up. Fucking like, dude, like some of you guys, like, shit needs to happen. You guys need to get fucking going, get fucking moving, and start ranking and leveling the fuck up, man. That's it. That's what you guys need to do. This is 2026. No bitching, no whining, no complaining, no bullshit. Like, dude, it's all gonna fall off, man. Like, this shit's crazy, man. Everything's gonna fall off, man. Like, shit is fucking crazy, man. So you guys do what's absolutely best for you and win 24 fucking 7. That's what I want to see. I want to see the absolute best, you know? If someone looks at me and they kind of see, like, dude, this guy's holding up a mirror to me, this guy's reflecting something back to me, what I want for that person, I want them to do the absolute best with it, you know? I don't want them to try to come at me some type of way, test me, hate on me, bash me, whatever the fuck. I just want what's best for them, you know? Fucking whatever the fuck you see, use it to your advantage. Fucking use it to your advantage. Level the fuck up, dude. I've had people in my life, they've shown me shit about myself I didn't like to see. And these were people that I used to like at one point. Dude, instead of taking that out on them, I worked on myself. I figured my shit out. And man, some people, they just kept on treating me worse and trying to test me as I leveled up and gotten better. I'm seriously saying, damn, I figured if I would improve, the person got better. But no, they actually fucking lashed out and got fucking worse because I was actually leveling up while there was a person in my life treating me like shit because I saw it through. I realized this person was like mirroring me and they were like just not treating me the best. And at the time, I just like fucking kind of like accepted it in a way because I liked the person. Um, but I actually was leveling up by seeing this, you know, but I had to figure this shit out on my own of like how to fucking level up by seeing this shit. They were just showing me some fucking shit, man. And instead of taking out another person, I just kept on fucking leveling up. And I leveled up so fucking high that instead of the person leveling up with me, they just kept on fucking scooping lower and lower and lower. And then it got to a point where I had the realization and like woke up and realized like, oh fuck, they just lost access. Like that was the final fucking like that was it. Like that was it. They done like the absolute peak most that they can do to try to like, you know, manipulate or control or fuck with me or just do bad dumb shit where it's just like it gets to a point where someone sees enough and sees through it all. It's like, dude, I ranked up 1,000 fucking times since I met you, and all you're doing as I'm ranking up is like going lower and lower and lower, scooping lower and lower and lower. and try to fucking hate on me, try to fucking, break me, try to fucking bash me, try to fucking test me. It's like, dude, do you even know what you're going up against? While you were doing all that shit, I was leveling up. Do you even know what the fuck I am now? Like, dude, this shit's fucking crazy, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, too many people around me as I've leveled up, it's brought out all their fucking demons and they just unleash all that shit on me, dude. Like I've been through so much dark to get to the light. It's like for me to literally get some of the brightest light I've ever fucking seen, I had to go through so much fucking darkness. I've literally had very dark energies and like just just like shitty fucking people around me. And like I've tolerated shit for like a certain amount of time and I actually use that darkness as like data to level up, and the way I thought of it too was like, man, if I level up and become better, maybe this person will level up and become better too. And they actually just kept on fucking getting worse towards me. And then I realized, like, oh shit, I just leveled up a fuck ton. They just keep on getting worse. Like, it's time to fucking, like, that's it. They lost access. Like, I can't, like, dude, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to fight. Like, if someone's throwing fucking fire at me and I'm just leveling up, that's fucking, like, dude, I'm not fucking throwing shit back at the other person. Is either you level the fuck up with me or it's just losing access unless they're just genuinely a good person. If someone's just genuinely a good person, they don't have to keep on leveling up and evolving with me. One thing in life that's very important is someone's presence. Someone could just be a genuine good person, maybe not the smartest person, maybe they're not trying to constantly evolve and level up and be the absolute best, but they just carry a certain presence. They're just like a good, respectful overall person. They carry a certain presence. They have light, they're positive. Like people like that, that's absolutely great, man. Absolutely great. Like everyone's different, man. Everyone's on different journeys. Me, like I'm choosing evolution, and I'm telling when you choose evolution, dude, the amount of people you lose as you keep on fucking evolving is fucking insane. And you start to realize, like, as you keep on leveling up, you start to see that less and less people that you know right now, less and less people that you used to know are not fucking coming with you because most people are not on that journey. Most people either lose you at some fucking point, um, the shitty ones, they just keep on fucking going lower and lower and lower. It's fucking insane, dude. It's like someone can keep on leveling up and getting better, and then the shitty people just keep on getting worse. Oh, this guy's wrong. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy's shit. Fuck this guy. Let's do this to him. Let's do that. Whatever the fuck. They just keep on getting worse. The complete fucking opposite. It's fucking insane, man, what some people bring out in other fucking people. But yeah, man, I want you guys to level up, man. I really do. I want you guys to get to the absolute fucking top, man. I want you to get to the light, you know? To get to the light, people got to go through some darkness. That's just how it, like, to get to a certain level of light, it does require a certain fucking darkness, man. It's just, I've always used my light in the absolute best, brightest ways, man. I've leveled, I've noticed that I've actually leveled up the most in like darkest of times of wanting something and just using that darkness as just light, transmuting it into fucking into light, transmuting darkness into fucking light, transmuting what's ever bad into fucking good, dude. I've been around people who are so fucking bad. I was like, I'm just gonna keep on being a good person to this person. I'm just gonna keep on leveling up. I'm just gonna keep on trying to like help them in a way. I'm just gonna keep on trying to like bring light into their life. I'm just gonna keep on evolving and do good to this person. And I actually noticed for people who are just like fucking some people, when you do that, just all their demons lash out and they just take it all out on you. Like they're just getting like worse and they're fucking going down and down and down. And then when they try shooting shots at me, it's like, dude, it just ricochets at them. It's like what goes around comes around. Like if I'm a good person and I do good towards someone and they're not doing any good towards me back, I'm just gonna keep on leveling up, and whatever they're throwing at me is just gonna keep hitting them in their fucking face. And then they're gonna learn and start to realize, wait a second, this person's life just keeps on going up, and now they're spending less time around me. Now they're not even in my existence. Now I lost access, and every single time I tried to do something bad to this person, all they did to me was good things, and then it just ricochets at them, hits them in their fucking face, and then their downfall fucking starts. Like, dude, this shit's fucking crazy, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like you guys need to tap into yourself and level up. There's too many people trying to like go up against other people and test other people. I'm like, dude, do you even know what the fuck you're going up against? Like, why don't people just focus on them fucking selves and rank the fuck up within, you know? Like some people are literally just trying to go up against other fucking people, not even knowing who the fuck that person is. Like it's fucking insane, man. Like I'm telling you, I so many people like try to test me, go up against me, and the more I level up, the lower they just get towards me, and then eventually they just do something so fucking stupid where they just completely lose me. It's like, dude, you're still on that shit. I'm fucking gone. Like that's it. And then all the karma and everything just ricochets that. Like guys, I'm telling you, what goes around comes around. If someone does you good and you like if you just treat them like shit, like they're fucking nothing, you're gonna lose that person. And if they're still with you, it's just gonna keep on ricocheting back at you, you know? And that can make you even fucking hate them even more for fucking some people. Because someone carries so much light and the other person's so dark, so then they start throwing dark at the fucking light and it keeps on fucking hitting them, and then they start seeing, dude, no matter what I throw at this motherfucker, he just keeps on getting better. And then they just keep on getting worse. And then eventually, you know, what happens is if that person don't change, they lose the other person. Shit's crazy, man. I've experienced it and witnessed it firsthand, dude. Like the shit is crazy, man. Like shit's insane, man. You guys need to win 24 fucking 7. So with that being said, I'm signing off. Um if you want to join our group, it's the first link down below in the description. In terms of what I did, I ended up buying ES at 10:46 p.m. at 6,739, right? So in terms of that overall trade, it dropped to 6,720, which was my previous entry that went up 64 points to 6,784. And then I ended up selling that overall trade for a very nice win at 6,771, right? So 11 p.m., you know, typically when the normal person is getting ready to go to sleep, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., I bought futures, right before a lot of people went to sleep. And then at 8:40 a.m., as a lot of people were starting their day, waking up, right? That's when I sold the trade, right? So the flex is to make a trade right before you're about to go to sleep and then sell when everyone wakes up. You know, I'm 100 steps ahead. That's what I do, and I haven't had one loss doing that this year. I haven't had one loss doing that this year. Swing trading, yes. I buy at night, 8 p.m. in between 2 a.m., right? And then I sell the next day in the morning or middle of the day, right? That's what I do. Trade fucking ES, man. Look at it. Gior said, how fucking dare you win so early? I ruined everyone's sleep, you know? It's like, it is what it is, man. People were still sleeping, you know? Some people were still fucking sleeping, you know? Shit's crazy. Some people were still sleeping, and I was already green enough to walk away for the entire fucking day, man. So losing's a personal choice when you have a 100% success rate trading ES. In terms of the options trades, I ended up buying calls twice. I was playing for a bigger move. The bigger move didn't work out, but everybody knows, you know, when a trade goes in the money, you start taking gains, right? And everybody also knows if you're aiming for a big move and you don't set for a profit stop, you're turning a green trade into a red trade, you know? So you're genuinely choosing to lose. Like I said, when you're up 10%, you should set profit stops, you know, because sometimes you're not even going to be wrong about the market direction. Sometimes there's just going to be no big move, right? And that's where in the money options and options that aren't as far the money come into play, right? Because not every single day we're going to have big massive moves. And if we're not going to have big massive moves, you need to go closer into the money, right? Um you know, so that's why you guys need to set profit stops. You know, if you're up 30, 40%, set a profit stop. Don't go green to red. You know, I entered this trade, I got it at 58 cents. Someone bought at 52, they sold at 69. That's a nice little percentage gain there. That adds up. You do that a couple times a day, you're green as fuck. Me, I was already green. These trades had no impact on what I did. I was already green as fuck on futures, making 30 plus fucking points, man. These trades didn't have much of an impact on anything I fucking made, but they were still fucking green. I just want you guys to understand that you can aim for big wins. That's fine. But set profit stops and move the profit stops up higher. Don't flip green to red on trades that are going up 30%. Don't do it, dude. The timing on my trades for calls were great. The market wasn't even bearish. Look at it now. It's fucking pushing higher. The bigger move played out later. The problem was there was just no big move. When I got in, the market didn't have a big move. It went up, you know, 671 to 672.30, and then it dropped back down to 671. Market didn't do shit. But the point is, both of those trades that I made on calls went up 30%. So if the market gives you 30% and you don't get profit stopped out, you chose to turn a trade that was green into a 100% loser. And that is not the right choice. It's better to be profit stopped out than to aim for big wins where sometimes it's not going to hit, sometimes it's not, right? And the way you take advantage of capitalizing on big wins is You set profit stops, and as it goes up in your favor, you timed it accurately. The market's having a big move. It's working out. Everything's in alignment, right? You move the profit stop up higher to ensure that the market doesn't have a big move against you, right? So, um, those are my overall trades on calls. 671 calls, those went up like fucking 40%. 672 calls, those went up like 25-30%, right? Two trades on calls. The bigger move didn't pan out, but we didn't crash either. So I wasn't really wrong. It's just the only thing I was wrong about in that situation was we didn't get a bigger move, but we were all still green. So if you're still green and you don't set a profit stop and the big move doesn't pan out, or you're wrong about the big move, losing's a personal choice. Set profit stops. When you're up 10%, set profit stops. Trading is fucking winning. If you want to win, you set a profit stop when you're green. If a trade goes up 30 to 40%, that's a win. You know, if you want to aim for 100, 200%, don't go risking going to red doing that. Set profit stops, move the profit stops up higher, guys. Losing is a personal choice. This isn't sitting here and saying, oh, wow, you entered a trade, it went up 30%. Now it's down to fucking zero. Look at that. You're fucking shit. No, this is a system. We entered trade, it went up 30%. You set a profit stop, you got profit stopped out. Or you sold for a small win because you didn't even set the profit stop, right? Or you set the profit stop and you sold some because, you know, you wanted to sell some above your profit stop before you moved it up higher, right? Come on, guys. I want to see you win. I want to see you print 24/7. So that's what I want to see. You know, that's what I want for you guys. I want you to be the absolute best. I want everybody winning. I want everybody fucking printing, right? I understand not everyone's going to make it. Some people are going to quit. Some people are just not cut out for the market, and that's completely fine, dude. For some people, there's much better things to be doing than fucking trading numbers on a screen. But there's other people where this is what they're fucking built to do. You know, everyone's built to do something in their fucking life, right? And that's part of life is figuring that out, figuring out, you know, who the fuck you are and what the fuck you want to do with that, right? And adapting, fucking adapting. You could have one system that works, and if it stops working, you need to pull back temporarily, trade less, and you will experience some losses, and that's fine. Because if you have a long-term system that works, eventually it's gonna start working and fucking print like crazy, right? The YOLOs haven't been working so good lately, right? But we have a winning system that works within the long term. You know, it's okay to not be 100% accurate all the fucking time, you know? There's no light without dark. There's no 1000% wins without 100% losses. There's no winning streaks without losing streaks, you know? What goes around comes around. If you're genuinely doing your best with what you have and adapting accordingly, you should still be winning nonstop. That's where having multiple systems comes at advantage. Because if you have multiple systems and you just adapt to price action, you can literally win every single day, you know? But if you're dialed and tapped into one system, you might be the best at that one system, but some days you're going to be red. Some days you're going to have to pull back. You're going to have to really identify and recognize that price action. Me, I like to be very versatile. I like to be multidimensional. I like to have all the fucking systems. Um, you know, but one of the things I hate the most is guys, don't flip green to red. I don't want to see that. If I enter a trade barely out of the money and it goes into money, it's up 30%. I don't want to see people flipping red, dude. You know? Like when you aim for big moves, some people they're gonna talk shit, they're gonna say you were wrong, whatever the fuck. And then other people are gonna say, dude, I got in on your trade, it went up 30%. I sold for a 30% profit, right? Two different people. Some people hold for big moves and they don't set profit stops or they don't sell for wins. And then when the big move doesn't occur, they have a big loss, right? And then other people, they say, wow, the trade went up 30%. Let me sell, let me set a profit stop and it's green, right? Two different people, man. Best way to do it is to set a profit stop and just keep on moving the profit stop up higher. Sometimes the trades just keep on going straight up. Sometimes the trades profit stop you out. And you can also sell some and not just get profit stopped out on all your sides. Just don't be selling green to red. Sell in the fucking green, right? So just understand, guys, this isn't, you know, the market, like, I do my absolute best to adapt. Big moves aren't going to pan out all the time. But, you know, look, this is what I like to see. Just took 30% profit 3 times, made up for the shit show this morning. You see, look, like in terms of the trades this morning, um, you know, there was a 677 SPY call. It was too far out of the money. Like, this is what I'm talking about. People have systems that work for the long term, but if they're not adapting accordingly and they just keep on trading the same fucking system in a market not currently designed in terms of a specific day to trade that system, then it's not going to be a good overall trade, right? Some days scalping is going to be better. But one of the interesting things to note about scalping is actually every single day there's opportunities to hit smaller wins. But not every single day there's opportunities to hit big wins. So if you think about a trading system, something interesting to think about is, man, if every single day you can just make small wins within the market where you get in, you get out, buy something barely out of the money, sell it in the money, that happens every single day, right? If you mastered that system, you'd never be losing. You'd be green every single day. But if all you did was buy far out of the money options, then some days you might be red. Some days you might say, "Oh man, this just isn't working out. This is a shitty week," right? But again, different systems, different results, right? One system, there's trades every day. You can master this shit every day. That's cool. Other systems, you know, those plays won't be there every day. So you have to be very strategic on, okay, is the play going to be here or not? Sometimes you'll be right, sometimes you'll be wrong. But other systems give different results. Some systems give bigger wins, 1,000% 1,000% wins. All of a sudden, losing doesn't matter, right? So it's really understanding what's best for the trader. Some people want a more dependent state of like stability. They just want to be able to trade every single day. They just want to say, dude, I get in, I get out. That happens every single day. You know, they still have to adapt to different things, but one thing that they're not adapting to is like fucking dude, they fucking win. That's what the fuck they do. Like they fucking it's if there's always a small move to be made, there's always a win, there's always a trade. But if there's not always a big move to made, that actually means that sometimes far out of the money zero date options trades are not going to be the trades. Sometimes the ones, well, not sometimes, there's always going to be trades for closer or in the money options, right? But sometimes they're not the best trades to be made because if the market's going to have a bigger move, you could buy something cheaper, lower risk, far out of the money with bigger gains, right? So it's just understanding all that. This gets very complex when you think about it, but I encourage you to think for yourself and to create your own systems and to also trade alongside our systems because it works. That's fucking why. Um, if you want to know my personal style, it's a very adaptive style. I try to put myself in the best situations to win. I focus on winning. I like the higher win rates. I really try to put myself in the best situations to win, right? Whether that's a big win, aiming for a big win, I get profit stopped out quickly, or whether that's just going closer to in the money, but not, too far out of the money, right? Because I don't think it's going to be a massive moving day, more choppy, more slow. Like, um, you know, if you're always going in and out, there's always a trade, which keeps things simple as well. And it keeps like very like systematic. Like that's just what you do. And it's like fucking simple. Dude, this fucking market right now looks like it's gonna fucking explode and then drop towards our levels and then bottom towards our other levels. But anyways, man, I gave you the levels for puts, 676, 680, 686, best levels for fucking puts, dude. Use confirmations, be careful on that. And then I gave you our best levels for calls. So look, if you want to trade alongside us, it's the first link down below within the description. I encourage you guys to win. I encourage you guys to print. I encourage you guys to do your absolute best. That's what I genuinely want for you. I want what's absolutely best for fucking you. So you guys need to lock in and focus on your fucking selves, man. If you're watching or following other fucking people, use it to your advantage. If you're just gonna use it as fucking entertainment and waste time and hate or try to go up against people, try to test a dude, stop wasting your fucking time and stop wasting other people's time. If your time's not worth fucking shit, make it fucking worth something. Everyone has time for a fucking reason on this fucking planet. Figure out your fucking shit, figure out your fucking purpose, get your shit fucking going. I want to see you guys win. I don't want to see a bunch of degenerates. I don't want to see a bunch of fucking bullshit. I don't want to see a bunch of fucking like hating ass fucking hoes. Like, guys, we're too fucking good. Level the fuck up. To genuinely like hate or dislike people on our level, it just shows like how fucking low the shit you're on. Like it could be a lot worse. I could sit here, give you no education, give you no levels, and just flex all day. I could just flex my lifestyle. I could just talk all day and give you no value towards the market. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted to get people in my group. I really could. But at the end of the day, I'm just choosing to be a genuine good person who fucking makes people money. It's just I've always had a philosophy of like, if I teach people how to make money and then they want to get involved with how we're making money and become better and become more accurate and more education in our trades and stuff like that, I would like to think that if I'm making people money and they're listening to what I'm fucking saying and leveling up, I would like to think that, I'm doing people good, and that when it goes around comes around. So then some of them who want to like experience a more like upgraded version of our best shit with no fucking degenerates who are actually paying for our group, surrounded by a very elite community. I would like to think that that's a good way of doing business, of like giving people value first, of like making people money first, of like showing people like, look, I have a system that works. If you do X, you'll get Y. And then when you get Y, I would like to think of like people would start to question, why am I not in this guy's group? Why am I not trading alongside them? Why am I not trying this out? Why am I not giving this an experiment or a test to see if this is for me? If someone is giving me value and consistently making money, why not try this out? I could use some of the profit that they helped me earn and reinvest that back into their business. And the point of their business is to make you more successful and more money, right? It's your journey, it's your life, it's your choice. You got absolutely nothing to lose by joining your group. I absolutely think it should be a genuine requirement to join and try out our group. It's very revealing and exposing to see if trading's even for you, which saves you a fuck ton of money. um and it gives you the opportunity to trade alongside real traders and to print and to witness us trading in real fucking time, which helps level you the fuck up. So that's just how I do business. I know other people are different. Some people they just focus on flexing lifestyle, and they focus on, entertainment, and they focus on thumbnails, and they focus on image, and they focus on all this other shit that I can give a fuck about, right? um but just in terms of like how I just kept my business, I just kept it simple. Like I just give people the best game plans to make money. I give them the education. I tell them, look, this is what's going to happen, this is going to work, do this, you'll make money. And it works, and they make money. And then if you want, you can use some of those gains to join the group, and it's also a tax write-off. So losing's a personal choice. I would encourage you to level up and win, and to do whatever it's going to take for you to do that, because that's what I want, best for you. If you guys don't think that joining our group is going to help you and level up, then don't fucking join it. Just keep on, just do what's going to help you level up, become self-sufficient, and make money. That's genuinely what I care about. It's just, if people watch this shit and gain value and level up, that's what I would prefer. And if they no longer need it, if they no longer need this to watch it, then good. Stop fucking watching it then. If you no longer need something, then you don't have to watch it anymore. If you're not getting any value from this shit, then just click the fuck off. It's completely fine, dude. Like, I'm not looking to waste people's time, money, and energy. I'm looking to, serve a purpose into someone's life, to help them fucking print, to help awaken people, to help them make fucking money. And if they no longer need me, then they no longer need me. Keep on going on your own fucking path. If they want to try out our business, try it out. See if it's a good fit for you. See if it works out. It's going to help regardless, right? So it's your journey, it's your choice. You guys do whatever the fuck you want to do, as long as you're doing what's best for you, and as long as you're leveling up. um that's what I like to see, and that's what I fuck with. That's fucking amazing. Like, that's good. Like, I fuck with shit with that, of like people genuinely choosing to be the absolute best of them, choosing to evolve. If you're not trying to go the absolute hardest and trying to evolve, then just choose to be a good person. Choose to be a genuine good person who does good in this world, because I'm telling you guys, whatever you do comes back around. Someone, if they're not doing anything wrong to you, right? Even if you think they're doing something wrong to you and they're not, if you do something wrong to them, it's going to come around and go right back to you. This is why, like, I don't prove myself to anyone. I don't give a fuck. Like, if the shit I put out isn't enough proof, then dude, something's wrong with that fucking person. Like, the fuck, if people don't have eyes to see and fucking think for themselves, and they can't see, like, dude, this guy's winning nonstop. Like, if they can't see that shit, if they're persuaded by some dumbass fucking comments or some shit, then dude, that's the level that person's on. Like that, like that's them. If someone's on the level where they read something about another person, or see something, or see some bullshit about another person, and they believe that, but if they actually like watch the content and execute it, they realize, dude, that person's full of shit. Typing that in the comments or saying some bullshit, like they're all full of shit. Like, dude, you guys need to understand. You want to know what's bullshit in this world? Exposing people. It's genuine bullshit. You don't have to prove anything to anyone in this world, and you don't have to expose people. The truth always reveals itself. Like that's what I'm saying, dude. Like if someone's a shitty person, the truth just reveals it. I don't have to try to expose anyone. Just people just being around me, it exposes who they are. That's why some people don't even like being around me because they don't like being revealed like that. You know, some people like to be masked up, or some people they don't like people seeing them that deeply on that fucking level. Some people don't like that shit, you know? Um, but yeah, this whole idea of like, man, I see it all the time. I'm like, I see these videos of like, oh, I'm exposing this person, or like other people feeling like, oh, I have to prove myself to this person or prove I did this. Dude, it's all revealed. People don't have to prove shit. People don't have to fucking expose anything. It just all reveals itself. The truth always reveals itself. You know, the source, it's always crystal fucking clear on what the fucking truth is. If someone says, to buy here and to sell here and it works, that was fucking truthful information. And then other people say, oh, that was wrong, la di da di da, whatever the fuck, right? It's like, it's very easy to tell, to read the room, to read the energy on what's fucking right and what's fucking wrong, you know? Because people, all they do, most people, they just fucking bullshit and lie and expose. And, but most people are just fucking full of fucking, like, fucking just nonstop bullshit, dude. Like, what the fuck are you on about, dude? Like, everything I fucking saying this shit, we're printing to a T nonstop. So losing is a personal choice. If you guys want to join our group, it's the first thing down below in the description. Make sure you're leveling up, man. This week we've been off to a very fucking I've been off to a very strong start. Now 6 for 6, 100% success rate trading, 2 for 2 on futures this week, and 4 for 4 on the options. So yeah, we're gonna continue to win. We're gonna continue to print.